Yo, peace. We're just thinking today, like, what does it mean to be like stuck, right? Like, I'm gonna let this information flow how it flow, but it's important just to start there. Like, what does it mean to be stuck? Like, sometimes we can get stuck in a place where we don't know how to get out of it, right? Like, it could be emotionally, it could be financially, it could be a relationship, it could be anything that seems to be too much. And it can cause like some paralysis, right, of the thoughts. When the mind gets confused, either by trauma or what else it might be, the confusion of non-clarity of your thoughts is one of the first signals, at least for me. If I start to become confused, overly anxious, or something like that, then I'm knowing I really need to reset. It's not often easy to reset because sometimes we're at work or in the midst of an argument or, like I said, in a relationship situation where you really can't take that space that's necessary, which is why this message is so important for me to deliver right now. So, when I'm talking about being in that stuck place, I could give an example from personal experience. Being stuck emotionally causes me to push people away, right? So I can find myself in a place that's dark, negative, and I'm really down on myself, right? So the thing I'm trying to do, at least in my mind, I'm thinking that if I'm isolating, at least I'm not hurting anybody else. I'm not causing pain to somebody else because of the mood that I might find myself in or the place that I might find myself stuck, right? And this is why I think when they talk about in Get Out, that flash of the sunken place, that was the only thing that flash. And so that flash can be like a flash of inspiration, a moment of clarity through meditation or thoughtfulness, mindfulness, I believe is what they call the practice where you immerse yourself in what you're feeling. So that helps you decipher it or break it down. Um, but that moment of clarity, that flash moment, right? Because we're trying to not just define what stuck is, we want to look at how we come out of stuck, right? So, shout out to my sister. I'm gonna have to figure out her name, but I'm pretty sure it's Ayana Understood or Ayana Understood, something like that, right? Shout out. I appreciate you for telling me that I don't have to be perfect, right? Because everybody doesn't expect everybody to be perfect. Sometimes we need to find somebody that's in a state of coming up the mountain, right? So that's what we're talking about. Coming from this low place of being stuck where your energy is off, your balance is off, your mood is off, your communication, how you treating people, the way you showing up or unable to move. Shout out for those who deal with that as well, right? Like that inertia. It's like I'm so stuck that I just can't move, right? And so when we get that flash of inspiration, it can be something as simple as saying, "Let me clean out the car," right? Cleaning out the car is possibly, I'll call it like the carrot, right? So you got the carrot dangling. You're in this mood. You're in a funk. Cleaning out the car might be the catalyst just to get you out of the house in the current situation, especially like if you can't get away from another person or something like that. Obviously, you couldn't do this if you was at work unless you're a DoorDash driver or whatever, had a bad customer. But in using that catalyst and walking from where you are to that other place can be the first step, right? And just cleaning out that car, you might find a receipt, a lottery ticket. Like I keep these two lottery tickets that keep reminding me to take a vacation, take a trip back up to Michigan just to enjoy the lakes, right? And so that might be what you'll find as well. That inspiration can come to you, that flash of inspiration that says, change my scenery, change the radio station, change the thought pattern. So it's different small degrees of incremental change that helped me find my place from stuck to unstuck, right? Which is from here to there. It's like a stock market that you pick, lucky stock. The thought process is the most important part of the day, which is why it's so important for me in monk mode, which will be another video we'll deal with pretty soon. Like, what is monk mode? But in my monk mode state, I can find more time of undistracted peace even if I'm in turbulence, right? That kerfuffle I spoke of, if you watch that one, if I even put it out, right? But the kerfuffle is when you get stuck in a space where you might be able to help somebody else, but you find yourself unable to really solve or resolve the major problem or issue that's stopping you from being the great magical person that you are, right? And that's why it's so important to take the small inspirations, right? The small inspirations can lead to bigger inspirations, which can lead to monumental change. We're going from incremental change, which is 1 degree at a time, ink, 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 until you find that radio station that you want to hear, right? Or like the scanning goes a little faster, right? But sometimes in the process, you can't scan. You can't go from depressed to happy in one state. And that's the mistake I think a lot of people might have if they're dealing with me, because it's like I embrace how I feel in fullness, because that's me being mindful, right? That's me being mindful so I don't trick myself out of this situation, out of the lesson that's physical growth, the mental growth, that I'm making in making this change. It's courage in making change. Like it's courage in me making this video, right? It's courage in me posting it immediately. It's courage for you to wake up in the morning and fight your challenge every single day. And that's how we get unstuck. Many of us find ourselves in financial battles, and those financial hurdles will weigh down on you emotionally. The financial battles will start to become an obstacle in your relationships. The hurdle of being poor, in a poverty mind state, in a lack mind state, where you feel you don't deserve something, is one of the biggest challenges to face. This is something I deal with on a daily basis. Feeling like you don't deserve the main things that everybody deserves as a human right is a conditioning of poverty. It's a conditioning that has trained me or many other people who have grown up in that lack mind state that there's not enough, right? Like there's a scarcity. And that is how they trick you into buying a million rolls of toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like get unstuck. Me, even personally, I might say that the way I was traumatized during the pandemic, I'm still shaking myself out of, right? I'm still shaking myself out of the mind state of everything being scarce, mind state of people dropping like flies, just a fear mind state, right? Uh, and all of this all goes into how you get unstuck. First thing is just acknowledging where you are. If you know you stuck, you stuck, right? But you still might be able to get up and go to work. But on that day, you ain't telling the jokes. You ain't spitting off sports facts. You ain't your normal happy-go-lucky self, right? And people can tell. So that's hard for me because I hate when people can tell. But you still got to handle your business. And that's a bravo or kudos to anybody who is fighting through the challenge every day to meet your basic needs, to meet the needs of your family, to try to be the hero that you wish to be, or the magical person you wish to be, the best person version of you that you can find within you every day. And that's all right, man. It's a challenge every single day. Like I said, to be courageous, to face the challenges, to face the obstacles, and to move even a little bit. If I think how far back things got bad, like 2019, 2018, things got bad fast, where a person was feeling in the best condition to the worst condition. And that switch can really, really throw a person off their balance. And it's easy to get stuck in that place of, I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy. Nobody wants to be around me, right? It's very easy to get stuck. And being stuck in that place is the worst thing in the world. So find that balance. Find something that you can distract yourself with that is productive if finding oneself stuck is something that happens on a daily basis. It's hard to get out of a hole if you don't have a shovel. And this is what I want to do. I want this channel to be a shovel. I want this channel to be a shoulder. I want what I'm doing here to be healing for everybody that is fortunate enough to come across this on their feed and resonate with what it is that I'm doing, because this is personal growth, personal dedication, and rising to my divine state, because I can't stay in the place that I'm at. Change is the only thing. Me being dissatisfied is the only thing that's going to get me to the point and the place where I want to be. So that's my flash of inspiration. Stopped what I was doing, running around the house, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? And I'm dropping this flash for y'all. So take it, resonate. You know, if it's with you, if it pops, let it pop. If it don't pop, don't trip. You know, like, save the negativity though, because in all reality, for anybody who might come across this and be negative, only thing I can do for you is realize that you're in the state that I'm striving to come out of. So even if it ain't really like hit you, it might hit you later. So I'm just gonna be grateful that you came across it. I'm gonna be grateful that you interacted with me, whether it's good, positive, negative. I'm gonna balance it out, because that's what I do. I transmute the negative into the positive. I do it on a daily basis, and this is called survival until I learn how to thrive. And this is what's important for us to learn how to thrive. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one short. I didn't expect it to go this long, but we're just talking about how can I get unstuck? Like, how can we stay unstuck? How can we balance ourselves through discipline and practices of distraction, healthy distractions, to where we can move forward. So this was the Aboriginal Neverman podcast. We just dropping one. Ain't dropped them on a regular basis. Gonna do our best to start doing this, because right now, to be honest, there's no satisfaction that I can find in life other than my creations. And maybe that's the whole purpose of it all in the first place. So let us create an image. You know what I mean? So practice your highest divinity, stay at peace, be who you are, and be your best self. And if you ain't feeling okay today, it's okay to not be okay. Just know that we're going to keep trying until we do feel okay, right? One step at a time, one day at a time. Aboriginal Neverman signing off.